Hey fam! So as I had promised you, I'm going to tell a more lighthearted and more positive story than Monday's video. Monday's video was very important to my life, but I did want to highlight some of the joys and the triumphs of filmmaking, something that honors the good people in the industry. So, where do we start? Usually when I do these Storytime videos, I have a list of like what I call like party stories, like stories that are mine that I tell people like that I know or like people at a party. This one's fairly recent. It's a story about one of my set days on Galatea. If you guys haven't heard of this film, it's one of my babies, one of my projects that I put a lot of myself in. Like for actors, you get hired to do things, but this was one of my films. I produced it with Benjamin T. Wilson. You can look for his pinned comment in the comments if I get anything wrong, because I don't remember everything. I don't think a lot of us don't remember things from those last few days. So Galatea was a whirlwind. I don't remember how many days of set we had. I want to say like 23. I'm not gonna look it up. I don't remember. Was it? I was close. Yeah, it's like 22. This is a real casual story time. We're not even wearing a bra. So anyways, we had a long haul. We had several locations, chunks of days where we would go from location to location. If you want to know more about the film, I am glad to point you in the direction of any of our social media, because when this movie comes out, I'm gonna be like blasting it everywhere, so you might as well get on board soon. Anyways, this story happens on the second to last day of set. The third to last day, we had done a pretty important scene. How much do I not give away? There was a very emotional scene that we were filming third to last day. For me, it was a heartbreaking detail for my character to learn. So I had to listen to a story. I had to become really upset. Very technical. This scene was crazy. Let me tell you. This scene was so complicated in the way that it had to go, because I was talking as my character to two different robots. We had to run voices somehow, and something that was important to me, important for the character, is that the one robot had my voice, and the information that was coming from the robot was the heartbreaking details. So I wanted to hear my own voice. The way that we decided we were going to do that was I was going to record my voice on a computer into a microphone, saying the other lines of the robot. But not only were there robot lines, there was also robot movement. One thing about this production that I always noted was that I just always felt so comfortable on set. I always felt treated so well, in charge of my character, and just so happy to be there. This movie was the happiest month in my adult life that I can remember, because I felt like I was doing exactly what I always wanted to do. I came to set early in the morning, I got in costume, I got in makeup, and I delivered the best that I could of a couple characters, and I was really proud of my work. And Ben, I could gush about Ben forever, probably to an annoying degree to him. Not only did he create a wonderful script, he had so many hats. It felt so easy just being an actor there on set. So we're doing this really complicated scene. Two robots are talking with my voice. So not only did the robots have to talk, but one of them had to move. And that's more difficult than you would think. Now let me talk about another person on this set, Russell Hawkins. He went so above and beyond what he was hired to do. He was hired as the lead in the film. I hope he never sees this. The dude not only was the fantastic actor that he was cast to be, but he also was a computer genius. He also just gives literally 300% of himself. Like, I thought that I worked really hard, but, then I meet people like Ben and Russell that just mow down all my expectations of being a really hard worker. So Russell was able to control this robot, because he knew code. He could just type in code. And so basically, whenever the robot had to do any kind of movement, he would know how to do it. Basically, he was stuffed under a desk, and he would be moving this robot on cue through the computer. And so we had all of the time, the lines, the movement, and then there was the camera rig. So it was a very complicated scene. It all went all good and well from beginning to end. Like I was very upset. It was very good. Had my costume on, had my makeup, had my glasses. Was my Kim character. I was all cool. So the next night, I'm getting my costume on again. The scenes that we were filming the next night, the second to last day of filming, took place basically in the same night that the last scene, the day before, we had filmed. So it was supposed to be all very similar. So I'm putting my costume on. I'm like literally almost done. And something dawns on me. I have my glasses in my hand and I go, no continuity. Not even like continuity like your hair was over your shoulder. Bad continuity. And it was all my fault. In this story, there's a very big movement for my character to take off her glasses that she's worn in the whole film and put contacts in. It's significant, and it's also on my face. It's not like you can crop something like this out. So basically what I'm saying is we did an entire setup to this point in locations we could never get back again. And then she like ran out of the room in the story to go to this next location. So there's no putting the glasses back on. It was ruined. The only thing that we could do was film that scene, that complicated technical scene over again. Couple problems with that. We were in the same location. I was in now the right costume. We did have the right actors, but I didn't bring my laptop to have my voice. And also, we didn't really have that time. We literally had this space for these next 2 days and then we were done. We were kicked out. That night too was Russell's big scene. It's like the night before was my big emotional scene, and then this was his night for his big emotional scene. That's all the explanation for that. I run into the room and I go, oh my God, did I wear my glasses last night? And then like, you know, everybody's like, yeah, no, you wore your glasses. And I'm like, I wasn't supposed to though. It was second to last day of shooting. Our brains were wiped. We were just trying to hold it together. So many sleepless nights. I don't know if Ben slept at all. I'm not sure. When I realized that I had wasted so much time, I was beside myself. Like, I was only trying not to cry in order to save my makeup. It's one thing to get upset about something that has happened, that has stopped you from doing what you're doing. It's another thing to have something happen that ruins a whole bunch of things for other people, and it's your fault. Like, the guilt was real. That's the thing. Like, everybody was so supportive, and Ben was like, we can't, there's nothing, like, it's great, it's fine, like, there's nothing we can do, we're just gonna go with it, and we're gonna do it. It's funny because even there was one person, I'm never gonna really tell this story because it doesn't need to be told, but there was one person that I just didn't get along with on set. Even they came over to me as I was sitting in my prop chair that I was supposed to be in, and they were like, they knelt down to me and they're like, if there's anyone that could do this, it would be you. That was like the wrong thing to say. In my head, after that person said that, I was thinking like, bitch, I know I can do it. I'm just upset that I wasted an entire night of shooting. And then I actually started to cry at that point and had to hold it in and just like shoot the person on set away so that I could just keep it together. Once we realized that a huge mistake was made and we couldn't have edited around it, basically, we just said, well, we gotta do it. How though? Because we were missing some pieces here. Actually, I don't know who came up with the idea, the crazy saving idea, But one of us, it had to be Russell or Ben, realized that we had the security footage. So not only for this scene did we film it with a camera, but we also set up an iPhone, an iPhone, to record it from the corner because it was supposed to look like security footage that was specifically going to be used in another scene. It's not like we were recording security footage for, the entire movie. It was just in that scene that we had it. And we had that camera. We didn't have the previous night's footage from the big camera, the actual camera, because it gets dumped and it was in another location. So this is all we had. I guess we uploaded it to someone's PC, right? I'm asking as if you know. And then we played the audio through there, cut out my voice, and I spoke to a recording of my voice. And Russell just hunkered down and he did the robot movements again cutting into his time. We filmed it all over again. It was late, it was creeping into the lateness of the night, and we just did everything over again with, our finangled, just technicalities, and we got that scene done. Then after that was Russell's scene, him being such a good actor and being such a professional. We got it done. It was great. We probably didn't get as many takes for him as he deserved, but I'm pretty sure that he nailed it in the time that we did have. I love that story. And I love that day in my history because it was just an account of some of the smartest people I know saying yes and just going with it when there's nothing else that you can do with a situation, when your entire movie rests on very important moments and you have to do it. I hope to have a lot more positives. There are other positive stories in my repertoire, I'm sure. I just have to dig them. That one was really specific because it just stuck out so much in my mind that it looked like everything was going to fall to shit, and just really wonderful, smart people saved it. Not including myself. I hope you guys love the story. You know how that you show love on YouTube. Send me nudes. I'm just kidding. Please don't. Please don't. No, you comment, you thumbs up, or you subscribe. Any combination of those, one of those, none of those, and that's how we communicate on YouTube. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.